Hi, and welcome back to this series about tensegrity and the PretensT project. In the first episode, I gave a quick overview of the idea, but now let's dig a little deeper into the physical and specifically look at the separation of push from pull. This is the first tensegrity structure that I built when I started the project. What you see here is 6 struts pushing outwards, but they are restrained by a network of 24 cables pulling inwards. It's kind of like a contained explosion, frozen in time, and apparently in a state of equilibrium where push exactly equals pull. But push and pull are not zero. This is a PretensT structure, so it's under pressure. Now, I just said that the cables were pulling inwards, but if you take another look, you'll see that the pull is actually not inwards at all. Tension pulls around instead. This first tensegrity took me quite a long time to build, but I made it specifically to prove a point to myself. I wanted to draw an unforgettable line between tension and compression, to completely separate the two different functions of pushing and pulling. The cords and the wooden balls together make a single tough tension network. But these struts are in no way connected to the wooden balls. They are only pushing. Watch what happens when I slip one off. There it is. Tensegrity is gone. And all we have is a bag of slack tension and a bundle of disjoint compression. Taken separately, push and pull are not much to behold. But put them together in the right way and the tensegrity magic happens. One thing you might already know about tensegrity structures is that they're notoriously hard to build. The difficulty comes from the fact that the structure only gets rigid when you're finished and the tension tightens up. When you're in the process of building, there's always at least part of the structure which is still loose and shapeless, and that can make it tricky to get things right. That's why my strategy from the very beginning was to start with the tension and insert and extend the compression later. The hard part was to devise a way to solidly connect the ends of the extensible struts to the cable network in a way that carries the forces over properly. What I came up with after a couple of years of tinkering was to use a 3D printer to make a special extension to the standard bolt. It's a kind of cap that fits perfectly on top of the hexagonal bolt and pops right into the metal ring of the same size. So all I needed to do was to make the tension network by connecting the tension cables to the rings. But how to make that connection? And to make it strong so that the cables don't create a weak point when they connect to the rings. This is where the magic of Dyneema synthetic cord comes in, but only after a whole lot of trial and error. I discovered that I could make the cords with very accurate length by spanning the cord between 2 metal plates with slits, leaving a little extra length on each side, and then melting the ends with a blowtorch. The ends of the cord are then terminated with a hard blob, and that makes it easy to tie a simple knot which will never come loose. And it carries the tension across perfectly without introducing any weak points. So with this, we finally have a really nice way to make the extremely important connections where the struts will push against the cable network. Like I've said before, I believe that our hands can feel things which our eyes can't see. So for me, it's important to try to get this into your hands. These handy techniques that I now have allow me to put together kits of different kinds of tensegrity shapes, pack them up, and send them out. If you want to give your hands a treat and support my project a little, please visit getpretenst.com and place an order for your own tensegrity. In the next episode, we'll look at the simplest tensegrity of all, the twist. I hope you can join me.